Right. Hi. Oh, it's gonna be long. Okay. Hi guys. I'm Future Mystica, and you're watching me. Hi, I'm Future Mystica, and I'm creating an indie pilot animatic show called How to Escape Tanamera. So you must be wondering, where can I watch this artistic, very interesting, very thought-provoking,
Never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
indie pilot? Well, first of all, it's not done. I still need to work on it a little bit before I can release it proper. But it will definitely be released this year. Not tomorrow, but this year for sure. And the second reason is that I realized that I did not do any marketing for it whatsoever. And I'm about halfway done, so that's why this video exists. Because I'm not Beyonce. I can't just drop an album and expect it to self-promote. I'm pretty famous. And this video will also double as a way to sort of introduce a little bit about my world and the characters that I have involved and created. So if you are interested, definitely subscribe, like, and share the video. So I'm gonna go all the way back a few months ago where I sort of created the characters from just an exercise about exploring shape language. You know, the idea of how basically when you design a character, the shapes that you use establishes or tells the audience in a way indirectly what the characters are like. And that's how my three main characters for this show were born: Alif, Mikhail, and Carol. Yeah, so once I sort of sketched the characters and gave them names and gave them personalities as well in my head, it was already leading me to a direction where I should probably put them in a story of some kind. So that's what I did. I started writing the script where these characters will be on a journey of some kind, escaping from the aforementioned Tanamera. And I've always wanted to do this, you know, creating stories and writing very interesting characters as well, but I've just never had the consistency or the drive to sort of see it through. This pilot itself is probably the most labor-intensive effort that I've put into a passion project so far, and it would be really sad if I didn't see it through. As for the script, I was inspired by conversations I had with friends and some that I've seen online about people from my home country, Singapore, wanting to immigrate or leave because they just feel so stifled and stressed here. And while that's definitely not the focus, it is the inspiration for the setting and the whole reason why these two characters start going on that journey together. So I started writing the script. I am a student, or was a student, of the diploma in creative writing for TV and media, so I do have a little bit of knowledge on how to write a decent script. Time will tell whether it's a good script or not, but yeah, I did try my best. And after I've confirmed the major details of the script, I wanted to have my characters voiced, you know, to actually bring them to life. And being a broke bitch, being someone who's not in a great place financially, I wanted to use $0. So I reached out to a few friends who I thought would fit these characters the best, and thankfully they all said yes. And as a result, I spent a day with each of them trying to record dialogue on a very fancy mic, which I splurged on because I was convinced to buy it. And if you're curious about how those dialogue sessions went, stay tuned and subscribe, because I'm definitely gonna make a video about that later on. And as I was going through the process of voice recording with my friends, I was also creating the storyboards, which will then be referenced for my Animatic, which I am doing right now. As for the storyboards, I honestly just took a piece of paper and then cut it up into several boxes and just roughly drew what I wanted the scene to look like. And after those rough storyboards were done, I imported them to a drawing program In this case, I use Krita, which is a free online program you can download. Again, free is the word. And from there, I started drawing each scene proper. No more chicken scratches, and sort of fixing up the composition of some scenes as well. I'm left with about 5 more scenes to draw before I go into post-production, where I edit everything, the drawings, the dialogue, and also add in some sound effects to really tie it in all together before I drop the big one and release it to the world. Hopefully to some views, but if it does flop, you know, to heck with it. At least I did try to do something, and I'll just move on to the next project. You know, I'll take this as a learning experience. And thank you for watching this yap session. I hope you've been convinced and are a little bit more hyped to watch the pilot soon. By the way, did I mention that you should subscribe and like and share your video? But you should definitely subscribe if you're into sort of creative spaces and creators, and if you want to feel inspired, I hope to be that space for you, as I'm sort of creating that space for myself. So yeah, you know what? End of session. If I'm gonna have to edit this whole video now. See you soon, and be sure to catch How to Escape Tanah Merah coming to a screen near you soon.